The morning mist drifted through the jungle as Dorilla opened the old wooden chest where he kept every retirement document. His hands froze. His retirement account was showing 0. The savings of 42 years had vanished overnight. Dorilla wasn't rich. He wasn't chasing luxury. That money was supposed to buy medicine, food, and dignity for the rest of his life. Now, every dream of retirement had disappeared with a single number on a screen. But here's the frightening part. No one had broken into his home. No passwords were taped to his desk. No obvious mistake had been made. So how could an account protected for decades simply disappear? The answer wasn't what anyone expected. And it is happening to retirees across North America. Dorilla slowly sat down beneath an ancient banyan tree. The jungle suddenly felt unfamiliar. Birds still sang. Leaves still danced in the breeze. Yet everything around him seemed different. Because once trust is stolen, the whole world changes. He whispered,
"Someone already knew exactly where to find me."
Months earlier, life had been peaceful. Every Friday morning, Dorilla walked the same forest path to check his retirement balance. He never touched more than he needed. Every dollar represented years of missed vacations, extra shifts, birthdays spent working instead of celebrating. One afternoon, Saru bounded through the trees carrying a glowing tablet.
"Dorilla,
He laughed.
you're too careful. Everyone manages money online now. They even have advisors who monitor everything for you."
Dorilla smiled politely. He wasn't interested. But Saru visited again and again, always talking about convenience, always mentioning how modern systems were completely secure. Hidden nearby, Kitsune watched without saying a word. Predators rarely chase. They wait. Weeks later, Saru introduced Dorilla to Kitsune. The fox looked successful. Elegant suit, confident smile, perfect manners. He never asked for money. Instead, he offered free retirement protection reviews. "No pressure," Kitsune said.
"I simply help seniors make sure no one else is stealing from them."
The words sounded comforting, not dangerous. Dorilla felt grateful someone cared. Kitsune complimented Dorilla's discipline, praised his savings, asked innocent questions. Little by little, he collected tiny pieces of information. Nothing seemed suspicious, yet every answer quietly completed another piece of a puzzle. Dorilla never realized the interview wasn't protecting him, it was profiling him. The first warning arrived as a strange notification, a login attempt. Dorilla assumed it was an error. Saru laughed.
"Technology does that."
Another email appeared, then another verification message. Kitsune calmly explained.
"Security systems are updating."
Everything sounded reasonable. After all, the messages looked official. Logos, professional language, correct phone numbers. Then, one afternoon, Dorilla received a call. The voice already knew his name, his retirement company, even the amount he had saved. Fear replaced caution. He believed he was speaking with someone trying to help. He never imagined the fox already knew almost everything. The caller sounded calm.
"There has been suspicious activity on your retirement account. We need to secure it immediately."
Dorilla's heart raced. The instructions sounded simple. Verify your identity, confirm a security code, approve one final request. Just minutes later, the call ended. Silence filled the jungle. Nothing appeared different. Dorilla even felt relieved. He believed disaster had been avoided, but hidden far beyond the trees, someone smiled. Because the door wasn't protected, it had just been opened from the inside. The next morning, 0. No retirement balance, no explanation, only emptiness. Dorilla called every number he could find. Each conversation brought another painful sentence. The transaction was authorized. His knees weakened. How could something he never intended appear as his own decision? Saru stopped answering messages. Kitsune disappeared completely. The jungle suddenly felt colder. Dorilla wasn't grieving money alone. He was grieving trust. And that loss hurt even more. Then, an old turtle quietly approached. Kame listened without interrupting. When Dorilla finished, the old turtle picked up a single acorn.
This shell protects me every day, but I never assume protection means I stop paying attention.
He looked toward the empty horizon.
Scammers don't defeat technology. They defeat emotions. They borrow fear until you surrender judgment.
Dorilla lowered his head.
I thought I was protecting my future.
Kame nodded gently.
You were, but fear convinced you to hand over the keys yourself.
That truth hurt, yet it also offered hope. If emotions opened the door, new habits could close it forever. Kame gathered several animals beneath the old banyan tree. He showed them how predators create urgency, how they imitate trusted voices, how they pressure victims to act before thinking. He repeated one sentence again and again.
A real institution never punishes you for slowing down. Breathe, hang up, call back using the number you already trust.
The jungle became silent. Many animals admitted they had almost fallen for similar tricks. Dorilla realized he wasn't foolish. He had been targeted, and that difference mattered. Recovery wasn't quick. Some savings were gone forever. But Dorilla refused to surrender. He reported every detail. He strengthened every account. He learned how to recognize pressure disguised as urgency. Most importantly, he began warning every retiree he met. Soon, the jungle changed. Neighbors checked on one another. They questioned unexpected phone calls. Families talked openly about scams. The greatest protection wasn't software. It was conversation. The fox could deceive one animal. It became much harder to deceive an entire community. Months later, Dorilla once again sat beneath the banyan tree. His retirement account wasn't as large as before, but something stronger had returned. Confidence, peace, wisdom. Beside him sat Kame. The old turtle smiled.
Money can be rebuilt. Trust must be guarded.
Dorilla looked across the jungle, where younger families laughed together.
If sharing my story saves even one retirement, then what happened to me won't be wasted.
The narrator closes. Every year, thousands of retirees in the United States and Canada face account takeover fraud and impersonation scams. The details change, but the pattern is often the same. Criminals create urgency, earn trust, and pressure victims into acting before they can verify the request. The safest habit is also the simplest. If you receive an unexpected call, text, or email about your finances, stop, hang up, and contact your financial institution using a phone number you already know is genuine. Because the strongest retirement account isn't just the one with the biggest balance. It's the one protected by patience, skepticism, and the courage to pause before you act.